It's hard. It's hurtful. People that write that stuff, I don't think they realize that some people do read them, and it's hurtful. And so that was brutal, because I had never experienced anything like that. So I'm like reading comments. I had to stop because I couldn't even like function. Taking that stuff in, like, is it right? Should I think about that? Like, terrible stuff. So since then, I don't read comments. I don't read anything. I don't look at any DM, nothing. Like, I have somebody else who does it.
Yeah, I know, because I was DMing what I thought was you, and they're like, this is the team, we'll figure it out. So I know you're living your words, you're not just saying it.
Just text me.
Yeah, just text me.
It was brutal.
It is such a difficult thing, and that kind of, I guess we can kind of jump into that from there, of when it comes to your practice. Obviously you're doing amazing things, you're working with different people, you're on all these big shows all the time, you're regular this and that. What is your official title? Well, I think it might be former now, for the County of Los Angeles Family and Youth amazing guy. What's the last part?
It's the Department of Children and Family Services. It's the foster care system.
Yes. So
I ran that for 20 years, integrating the health and the mental health aspects of these children as they enter the system. And I designed a system so when they enter, they have the same entry points. They have the same expert doctors looking at them. Because before, when we took them away from their family, they could go to any doctor near the foster parent that we give them to. Well, that doesn't mean they're a pediatrician. It doesn't even mean they're a board certified doctor. They could be anybody who's looking at a bruise and saying, yes, that's the parents hit them. Well, if the parents didn't hit them, then we're taking that kid based on that doctor who's not trained with that expertise. We're making bad decisions and destroying a family. And the opposite is true, where that they did fall, the parents didn't hit them, and we let the kid go back, and then the kid dies. So I standardized the entry points for these kids, because there's 40,000 kids.
Yeah.
And so they got seen by pediatric forensic doctors who are trained to look at abuse, age, a bruise, age, a fracture, be able to put a story together that makes sense, and be able to stand up in court or give us clear information about should a kid go back home or not. So I standardized that, and then how they go through the system for their health and mental health care, because they never even got mental health care when they started.
Yeah. What a ministry, and with COVID and everything that happened with the pandemic, and how that just skyrocketed, and
it made it worse because our workers couldn't go to the homes to see these kids. They had to do it over Zoom. Well, if the camera isn't looking all through the house,
everything's fine.
Right. Look in that closet where Johnny's tied up. We can't see that. So but our numbers fell. Like, our child abuse hotline gets about 18 to 20,000 calls a month from mandated reporters.
Los Angeles County, 40,000 kids, that many calls.
Yeah. During COVID, it went down to like 6,000 because they weren't in school, so those mandated reporters weren't calling. Parents certainly weren't calling. Nobody was leaving to see these kids that weren't eating or being bathed or cared for. So the numbers went down, which is great, but not realistically. And so now we're cleaning up, going into homes, looking and seeing the things we couldn't see before.